2. Arachnophobia. Survival of the Fittest Update. And ARK Extinction coming to Switch. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So yes, Araneomorphus concept has been released to us, arachnophobias. Beware, beware indeed. This thing looks pretty grotesque and a bit horrific indeed. Sporting a more furrier concept created by Jesus Conde, the Art Dodo, Catherine Rotkitka and Vic de Leon, the most obvious thing to depict is the baby spiders all roaming around it, in fact, adorning its head. Nightmare fuel. With Wildcard dubbing this Araneomorphus last remnant of an ancient power, leading one to believe perhaps this was already an inhabitant of the planet that we crash into for ARK 2. And in fact was teased a short while ago by lead designer Craig Brown, who said, if ARK 2 has spiders, and sure enough we did indeed get them. In a response to Syntac posting a wonderful gif indeed, Craig Brown did say about the spiders on the head, spoiler alert, they're not just for show. Meaning these baby spiders will be sent forth as your minions to do the dirty work for you, and certainly striking fear even more so. Of course, it's not the first spider we've seen in ARK. The Broodmother is perhaps one of the most prominent, iconic bosses in the game, so it's good to see another spider featured in the sequel. And of course, with the Broodmother and seeing these baby spiders on top, you'd be led to believe perhaps this is our first boss we've seen for ARK 2. But the size of it doesn't really add up, because as you can see down there in the bottom, there is the skeleton of a survivor, and if you put that against that, it's not too much bigger than the Araneos that we get in ARK 1. So is it a boss at all, or is it a tameable creature? And if so, are we going to find these creepy crawlies lurking in our ARK 2 beds? But great to see something more fantasy adopted, with a wonder if this all surrounds an ancient thing. What other ancient species could we find elsewhere on this planet that isn't dinosaurs and isn't related to the stuff that crashed from the Gen 2 ship that we think has led to all of these creatures in this game? No further word on ARK 2, its release date, gameplay or otherwise, though it's great to see more concept work, with a wonder, as Nooblitz pointed out in his recent video, is this much further away than we thought? I do certainly believe it's going to be next year at this point, but could it be any further? ARK Extinction, perhaps the most pivotal map in ARK in how it changed the style of play for us OG survivors, is dropping to Nintendo Switch very soon on April the 11th. You get to find out about all these big, enormous titans that you can tame, OSDs, element veins, corrupt creatures, separate individual arcs dotted around the map, well, only 2 of them, a lost sanctuary city, mechs, robots, all very heightened in the tech game from the ARK you know so far. You're getting it, it's coming, and very interesting to see this running on a Switch. The trailer recreated, I'm guessing, from Mr. Up from the Depths once again. Looking not bad considering this is the Switch. You'd expect some real performance issues. Lest we forget, this did have performance issues when it first arrived on console and PC back when. A lot of crashes, anybody who remembers crafting mechs for instance, and it's a pretty interesting feat, lest we forget the King Titan was certainly a laggy affair back when, not so much now, but again, want to see this running on the Switch, look forward to seeing this running on the Switch. Are you going to be playing this running on the Switch? And if you do want to play it running on the Switch, you could get 20% off in the eShop right now on the Season Pass. Lucky you. Survival of the Fittest Updates, anyone? Are you enjoying it there on consoles, PlayStation and Xbox players? Yes, no crossplay yet, I know. Hoping we're gonna get it pretty soon. Well, it just received a new update for at least Steam at the moment, so console players, you may be seeing this soon to you too. Supply drops now fall at double the speed, change from 100 to 50 seconds. Crates falling faster, that's of course the aberration and other worldly creatures that you get later on in the game, from 100 seconds to 75 seconds. And rockets, interestingly, can no longer be launched when mounted on a dinosaur. Perhaps a very game-changing meta nonetheless. Rockets certainly do a lot of damage. Makes sense why perhaps they're going to pull you out, so you've got to dismount if you want to shoot those boom booms. With a few fixes on top, great to see the game ever supported, though again needs something more now, people. Steam is struggling, not gonna lie. There wasn't many players on when I played last week. Still will continue to play it and stream it, intend to early next week, and hopefully we'll see some form of crossplay being given to us in, of course, the forthcoming roadmap. When is that roadmap coming? Who knows at this point? There is only 2 more Fridays to go of the month. Would be pretty cruel of Wildcard to leave it to the last one, seeing it's the very last day of the month. But they did say we would get to see this month, and this month it is indeed, with 2 of them left to go. It's got to be next week. Surely it has to be next week, unless something serious is happening behind the scenes. Maybe the team want to compile all the information they possibly can, deliver it in a wonderfully animated trailer for us to enjoy and get excited anticipation for whatever's coming for the Arkiverse, Ark 2, the animated TV series, the crossplay, and the Unreal 5 stuffs updates that we're getting for Ark 1. When? Come on, man! It has to happen next Friday. It has to. That's the one. I'm going to put some money on it. Not going to eat any hats on it. Not going to bet anyone with that money because I'll probably lose. But I'm going to put my hopes in on that. But never fear, people. There are things to be excited for. SOTF, there's another tournament in the near future. Next week on the 25th, MTS, you know the most official, unofficial server team out there that help to rebalance, improve, perfect PvP for you PvPers out there, including things like this, giving new life to certain areas of each map in Ark. Well, yes, they're hosting their own tournament next week. If you've seen the one I got invited to co-host earlier in the month, then you know what to expect, people. Everybody in there for a cash prize. I'm hearing a very big cash prize indeed this time. And if you want to enroll, get involved, well, head to MTS on Twitter or in their Discord. I'll leave links to those in the description, where they'll be announcing further details later today. Something else to look forward to, those who can play mods, especially the Paleo mod, which I've been really enjoying lately on Monarchy Season 3, is the Giga TLC Paleo Giga. It's coming, created by Mr. Up from the Depths and his wonderfully talented team. Certainly a more fearful looking opponent than the iteration that we've got, and good grief, it makes me want an actual TLC in the official game now. Can't wait to see this, but we're going to have to wait a little short while. Later this year, added to the Paleo mod, noting that his pupils can dilate, nostrils will flare, and the fenestrae of the skull will expand and contract with his breathing, with occasional animations when idle, like scratching his head or shaking his body. Very excited to see this. I'm sure you are too. I'll leave a link to Up from the Depths Twitter account so you can check this out for yourself and understand the birth process of this, where it came from, what they were inspired by, and again, Paleo, such a wonderful, great mod. Love to see this in the base game and can't wait to get my hands on this. And a quick shout out to Neddy the Noodle and his Explorer Note Plus mod that he's been working on for some time now. In fact, influencing the Explorer notes, I'm sure, in the base game that we of course got this, where we could move them around and listen to them whilst playing or moving on. Well, he's got voice actors for every note in the game. Well, almost. He's updating it as he goes along, including, yes, notes from all of the wonderfully talented voice actors that he's had for his survival stories. And well, you might find me in one of them, so go download it, link in the description. And there we go, people. Araneomorphus, a very scary foe indeed. Gonna need my bug spray, probably not gonna help me actually. Look at the size of that thing. I'm already getting a bit shivery just thinking about it. Oh. And what do you think about this ugly looking thing? Comment below, let me know. Do you think it's gonna be a boss or not? I'd like to know. I don't think it will be, but do you think it's going to be? Let's see, let's all share, put words together, compare, and roadmap. Oh, maybe next week. Come on, it has to happen. Friday is the day. Next Friday coming. I'm gonna put, yes, some bets on it, but don't mark my words. Just, you know, hope it's a thing. Let's have it. Let's put it there. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.